It's good, YouTube. Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that instant basketball analysis on Analysis Player on YouTube forever, exclusively on there. Whew, we gonna talk about how the Milwaukee Bucks ended up winning by double figures basically the entire game and found a way to fumble the game in the fourth quarter to lose to the Washington Wizards 129-126. The Wizards are now 3-16 and 2-6 at home, which they was there today. And the Bucks go to 9-13 and 3-7 on the road. If I had to be honest with my fans, and I usually am, the Bucks blew this one, and they needed it to get closer to being back to 500. And this was a game where they was winning. Like I said, majority of it, all they had to do was just continue to play defense and continue to make and take their time scoring the basketball like they did throughout the entire game. And for some reason, they just couldn't keep that going for another quarter, and they ended up losing because of that. The Bucks won the first quarter 34-28, the second quarter 32-30. The third quarter, the Wizards won 33-28, and they also won the fourth quarter 38-32, and that's how they won the game by three. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he was held under 30 again, 32 minutes for him, 26 points, 10 of 17 from the field, 0 of 1 from three. One of the reasons why is because he went 6 of 11 from the free throw line, which is about where he's normally at when it comes to free throw shooting. He didn't get 10 rebounds either. He only got 7. He had 4 assists, 5 turnovers, a steal in the block, 3 offensive rebounds, and he did foul out with 6 personal fouls because Koulibaly got a steal and ended up getting all the way to the basket and dunked it, and Giannis touched him. So that was his last one. But the game was basically over at that point anyway. But other than that, Giannis did a lot of things: mid-range jumper, fadeaway, dunking in the paint, finishing, going to the paint, sealing, catching the ball, and going straight up. He showed a lot of different ways of scoring the basketball in the paint or near it, and you just wanted to see more, if anything. And that's sad because that's the way this team has been going. But he had some help this time. It just wasn't enough, and it's gonna sound silly to beat the Wizards because Miles Turner had 9 points, and he was the only starter to not get in double figures. He also played 26 minutes and went 3 of 10 from the field, mainly because he went 3 of 8 from three. The other 2 shots was twos, and he also had only 3 rebounds. He had 3 assists, 2 turnovers, though, and a steal in the block, 1 offensive rebound, and no personal fouls. The best thing he did tonight was have no personal fouls. He was a plus 10 and plus minus. This is one of them games where you like, Miles Turner, we need you to do a little bit more. We need you to find other ways to score besides chucking up threes over and over again. But it happened and it didn't work out for him this game. Kevin Porter Jr., 31 minutes, 30 points, 12 of 15 from the field. And man, did he make some tough ones. He made some tough threes too, but he still finished the game 5 of 6 from three, meaning he missed only one. He also went 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He had 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 turnover, which is good. And he also had 3 steals and 2 personal fouls and a plus 13, a plus minus. He hit a lot of shots that kept him ahead and kept him in double figures too. But, once he got off the court, they just collapsed a little bit. And a lot of guys just wasn't making shots the way they was making throughout the game. And then it just became a situation with the Wizards was able to catch up and get back in it and then ultimately win it. But for him to have game high 30 was very good for the Bucks, and they needed another scorer and another ball handler. And he is that, and he was just injured too much. And now he looks good. It's just, can he continue to have performances like this? Because this is what they're going to need if they're going to have to go on a win streak. And I'm not saying he got to get 30, but he does have to be a high volume scorer for this team. AJ Green, 31 minutes, 13 points, 4 or 6 from the field. It was all threes. Besides going 1 on 1 from the free throw line, he had 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 personal fouls, and a plus 8 and plus minus. His scoring was good. His playmaking was good. This was a good team player in this one, and he did take some tough shots in this one, but you have to. It's the NBA. Nobody really going to give it to you easy unless they don't respect you out there, and they do respect A.J. Green, and he showed them why, going 4 or 6 from 3. Ryan Rollins was good, but not great. 30 minutes, 14 points, 5 of 12 from the field, 3 of 7 from three, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He had good looks. He took good looks. He just was mixed in making them, and that's about it. That's what happens anyway. 14 points ain't bad, especially when you have somebody go for 26 and somebody go for 30 and the bench player step up too. 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 turnovers, and a block. 2 personal fouls, and he was a -7 and plus minus. Bobby Portis, 17 minutes, 12 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 2 of 4 from three, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. He didn't do much after that, but he still had a better game than he had the last couple. As long as he's getting in double figure space in the floor and still scoring at the paint and rebounding, you're happy with that, and he normally does it, so it's good to see him back to it, is basically what I'm saying. A -7 and plus minus. Kyle Kuzma didn't take a lot of shots, but he did make a 3, and he only attempted 1. And then he went 1 of 4 from the field after that. And then he also had 2 rebounds, 6 assists with 2 turnovers. He's a -9 and plus minus. Obviously, you would like to see him score more points, but Bobby Portis and Trent took the rest of those shots, and they did a good job. So it ended up being an even out for the Bucks when it comes to that, because only a certain amount of people can touch the ball and shoot the ball since they're not playing the most minutes. Jericho Sims, 18 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 3 from the field, all by the rim. And he went 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He did have 7 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, 3 personal fouls, and a -9 and plus minus. And Gary Trent Jr., 31 minutes, 14 points, 4 of 7 from the field, 3 of 5 from three, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 1 turnover, 1 block, 1 personal foul, and a -12 in plus minus. The 3-point shot is where he's mainly out there for. He was able to knock him down, and he also was able to knock down his free throws and the shot that wasn't a 3. And other than that, it was a good game from him too. And then Cole Anthony, he didn't play enough to do much. He only played 5 minutes. He didn't do anything at all, mainly because of that reason. And the rest of the guys did not play coach's decision. It was 3 of them. 46 of 84, 55% from the field as a team. If you're shooting that good, you should be winning, especially when you shoot 21 of 38, 55% from 3. The problem was they went 13 of 21, 62% from the free throw line, and their defense didn't hold up the entire game. And then, like I said, the Wizards was able to get hot the last 3 quarters, because it was hot in the second, hot in the third, and hot in the fourth. And that actually helped them be able to win this game. But 62% from the free throw line ain't going to help you win close games. 35 rebounds, 29 assists, 16 turnovers, 5 steals, 4 blocks, and 16 personal fouls is what the Bucks had as a team. And then the Wizards, they had a lot of guys not play. They had a small rotation in this one. And like I said, it was a close game. So obviously you want your best players out there as much as you can to give you the best chance of winning. Chris Middleton made a a big shot. 15 points for him, 6 of 10 from the field, 2 of 3 from three, 1 of 3 from the free throw line. His playmaking was really good in this one. He finished with 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 turnovers, and a steal, 3 personal fouls, and a -3 and plus minus. Marvin Bagley, 29 minutes, 22 points, 11 of 16 from the field, all in the paint. No Alexandre Sarr is the main reason why he was starting, and he actually did a good job in this game. He also had 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 7 of his rebounds was offensive, was basically all of them really. 2 personal fouls and a -3 and plus minus. Keyshawn George, he didn't have the greatest game, but he finished with 31 minutes and 9 points, mainly because he went 3 of 11 from the field, but he also did go 3 of 6 from 3, but he took no free throws. He had 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 turnovers, a steal in the block, and 3 personal fouls, a +2 and plus minus. Sometimes he has a couple good games in a row. Then he has the dud game, and this will count as the dud game because he could have did more, and they gave him chances to do more, and it just didn't happen. Development can be back and forth sometimes. CJ McCollum, 36 minutes, 28 points, 11 of 21 from the field, 4 of 11 from three, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. I like what he did at the mid-range, going, had to pull up 3, going, got to the basket when he could, and just kept dishing out the basketball if they helped too much, or he found somebody that was open. He made the pass quickly, which is what he normally does anyway. 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 personal foul, and a +3 and plus minus. Plus, he hit the game-sealing 3 in the corner, and he's capable of doing that. Koulibaly didn't do much. 33 minutes, 7 points. He was 3 of 9 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, 0 of 1 from the free throw line. Got 1 good, really good steal that led to the finish of the Bucks being able to win the game. Sealed it. 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 turnovers, 3 steals, and a block. 3 personal fouls and a -1 and plus minus. Justin Champagnie, 19 minutes, 10 points, 5 of 8 from the field, 0 of 1 from three, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 6 offensive rebounds, 1 personal foul, and a +3 and plus minus. The scoring was there, and he didn't really rely on the 3-point shot as much as he normally does. But it didn't matter because he had it going enough to help the team when they needed it, especially on the boards. Tristan Vucevic, 20 minutes, 16 points, 4 of 7 from the field, 1 of 3 from the 3-point line, but the 7 of 8 shooting from the free throw line really helped his night become a victorious one for the Bucks. 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 3 personal fouls, and a +6 and plus minus. Cam Whitmore was a monster in the paint and in transition. 19 minutes. He finished with the most points off the bench with 17. He also went 8 of 14 from the field, the most shots off the bench, and it worked out because he made a lot of them. He was also 1 of 3 from the 3-point line, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 offensive rebounds, and a +6 and plus minus. And then Carlton Bub Carrington, 22 minutes, 5 points. For him, the only guy to not getting double figures off the bench. He also went 2 of 6 from the field, 1 of 4 from three. But even when he didn't score a lot, he was out there finding his teammates, and he finished with 5 assists with only 2 turnovers and 2 rebounds. He only had 1 personal foul. Cam Whitmore had none, and he ended up being a +2 and plus minus. Carson Bub Carrington did by the end of the game. They also shot 53 of 102 because they did out-rebound the Bucks and had 15 offensive rebounds compared to the 7 that the Bucks had in this game. So they got a lot of opportunities and a lot of chances to finish at the rim and kick it out sometimes too to get another good possession. They also shot 13 to 36, 36% from three, and they also went 10 to 15, 67% from the free throw line. But they did shoot less free throws than the Bucks in this game. And then they had 29 assists. That was a tie with the Bucks. They ended up having 10 turnovers, which was 6 less than the Bucks. They ended up having 4 more steals than the Bucks. And then they also had the same amount of blocks as the Bucks. And the Bucks, like I said, this was a game where you rather win it than lose it because you know you have the best player on the court. You know you have a good team, and they're the better team compared to the Wizards. And like I said, the Wizards was missing some guys, and you was a team that should have been able to come in here, get up, and find a way to close it out. It seemed like they got a little bored. It seemed like the Wizards said, y'all got to respect us, y'all got to guard us, y'all got to play us. If not, we're going to bust y'all butt. And it ended up happening that way as the game continued to go on. The Bucks just got slower and slower. The reads and everything just wasn't right. The shots just became a little stupid from time to time. And then you forgot you had Giannis. Then you remembered it again. And then 1 minute you can make a shot. 1 minute the shots just ain't falling because you're shooting the perimeter ones and you're not getting to the paint as much. And you're not getting to the free throw line as much. And then it just all became, what are you really doing out there? And the Wizards just continued to play the way that they was playing and kept riding it into the fourth quarter. And then it worked like the other 2 quarters before the fourth. And they was able to outscore the Bucks again like they did in the third. And next thing you know, they ended up winning this game, which they shouldn't have won. If the Bucks are a playoff team, this is a game you close out. You're up by 13, you're up by 15, and you've been able to carry it for multiple quarters. And then 1 quarter you just couldn't, 2 quarters you just couldn't play the same basketball. You just couldn't defend the way that you needed to be able to make sure you got a win that you very much deserved and needed. Well, the problem is y'all got to go back to the drawing board and figure out how to win all over again. And it's going to be tough because this is one that you should have got, and you should have been able to get on a win streak going to the next one. But didn't happen. It ended up being a loss. Comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell to get the analysis when it first come out. I also do conversation video just like this, but about various NBA only topics and basketball ones too. Also do breakdowns of real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, and also future stars. Also do mock draft and draft coverage too. Plus, I also do have over 4,000 videos that's already on my channel that you can watch right now, and it's all for free. And on top of that, I try to also make videos every single day throughout the day to give y'all something to watch and look forward to when it comes to basketball and NBA content. And if you love that type of entertainment, you love that type of content, this is the channel you've been missing out on. Other than that, thanks for checking out. Thanks for looking at the channel. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the respect that y'all have for me and my analysis. And thank y'all for appreciating the content for what it is and continue to support me from the last couple years till now. And hopefully y'all continue to do that in the future. Other than that, y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today, hopefully with more analysis.